Harry Met Sally was released in 1989, it was directed by Rob Reiner and it sees Billy Crystal and Meg Ryan in the title roles. As two young 20-somethings who, when we first see them, are college students, have taken a drive from Chicago to New York, and they have a discussion about everything. And Harry raises a point about men and women not being able to be friends because sex will always get in the way. You see the two title characters leave for their separate ways, and over the course of 12 years, we see them meet up through chance encounters, and we see a relationship blossom between the two. As always, guys, if you're new to this channel, please hit that subscribe button so you can follow this channel. Hit that alarm bell as well so you can get notifications from me when my video is going to be uploaded, and help give this video a like as well. When Harry Met Sally set a new standard in the romantic comedy genre, this film was based upon Rob Reiner's own personal experiences. Rob Reiner was divorced at the time and was looking for a new relationship. When Harry Met Sally is a very sharp, very funny and observational comedy. Nora Ephron, who sadly passed away, wrote a very clever script and was rightly nominated for an Academy Award for Best Original Screenplay. The banter between Billy Crystal and Meg Ryan's character was by way of her observing the way that Billy Crystal interacted with his friend Rob Reiner, and she formed the dialogue around that. Nora Ephron would go on to cement her status as an excellent writer by going on to write such films as Sleepless in Seattle and You've Got Mail, but this is her best work. When Harry Met Sally, despite being a comedy, it also has some very clever points and some clever observations that still remain to this day with regards to Meg Ryan's character being high maintenance and getting things a certain way, observing relationships. It was just a really clever piece, and it's a timeless piece as well. So despite it being 31 years old, you can still watch it today and it still seems as relevant as ever. The cast in this film are just brilliant. Billy Crystal is on deadpan form, and he is a comedic legend, and I learnt that he actually improvised a lot of scenes with Rob Reiner and Nora Ephron. And that just works so well. So what works on the page at the time may not work at the time of filming, so they came up with something funnier. The legendary diner scene where we see Meg Ryan and Billy Crystal. The lady that says, "I'll have what she's having," that is actually Rob Reiner's mother. And it was Billy Crystal that suggested that she say that line. And that has gone on to be one of the most quotable lines in film history. Meg Ryan, I don't think she's ever been better than she was then in this film. Meg Ryan, she starred in a few films prior to this. She was in Top Gun. But this was the film that catapulted her to superstardom, and rightly so earned her a Golden Globe nomination, as it did with Rob Reiner and Billy Crystal. The supporting cast in this film are great as well. We have the late, great Bruno Kirby and Carrie Fisher as friends of Harry and Sally who offer them advice, but their own relationships are messed up. But we actually get to see these two come together and form a relationship with one another in the third act of the film. There are some iconic scenes in this film that are very clever, including the split screen scenes, where we see Harry and Sally talk whilst watching TV in the early hours of the morning. That was based upon the friendship between Rob Reiner and Billy Crystal, because they actually used to do that when talking about films, talking about comedy, and Nora Ephron based that scene around that. And when Harry and Sally call their friends to tell them that they actually slept together, that scene is just classic. Brilliantly shot and brilliantly filmed, and still holds on to this day. I love New York. It is a brilliant city, it is beautifully shot in this film, and the cinematography was done by a young Barry Sonnenfeld, who would then go on to become an excellent director in his own right, directing such hits as the Men in Black films, and his cinematography is on top form. Capturing iconic scenes within New York City, it is just beautiful. We've also got a brilliant soundtrack, courtesy of Harry Connick Jr., who won a Grammy Award for his work as well, and rightly so. And we also have additions from Louis Armstrong, the late great Louis Armstrong, whose voice and whose songs fit the film perfectly. When Harry Met Sally is still a classic and a timeless piece, 31 years old, still holds its own. The jokes are still on point. The observations are still relevant to today's times. You can watch it now and you might pick up something that you didn't pick up the first time you watched it. And the question of can men and women really be friends without sex getting in the way is a question that still holds its own to this day. This film is a relevant film and rightly deserved to be a classic. Rob Reiner is a master of this genre and he worked his magic on this film, as did Nora Ephron. And I love this film and I love watching it, so I'll give this film a very strong 8 out of 10. So guys, that's my review. As always, thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button so you can follow this channel. Hit that alarm bell as well so you can get notifications from me when my videos are going to be uploaded. Give this video a like as well so you can help the channel grow. Leave your comment with what is your favourite romantic comedy from the 80s. Comment down below and I shall see you all on the next film review.